Nothing's good about this one, Bit Rushers. It's Kyler, and today I'm going to go over how I absolutely got wrecked on APY smart contract. Before I do, though, just a couple quick announcements. Please do follow me on Twitter at BitRush9000. Please join my Telegram group, also BitRush9000. Link for both in the description. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so about APY. It was a super high risk, high reward type of gamble. And as you can see at the very top, it was CAPY was about 30,000 USD, and now it's about 67 USD. So if we come back over here to the very top, we can see before you put your money in here, it says this CAPY experiment has not been audited and is ultra high risk. There may be bugs and it may not work as you assume. Do not stake or buy the tokens unless you fully went through the code and have a good understanding of it. You may lose everything. Use at your own risk. Okay, so in addition to that right there, I also told you guys not to invest in this. I said it was going to be super high risk, high reward. If it did pay out, you know, it would. This is basically, guys, like gambling, right? Like going down to your local convenience store and putting $1,000 or $100 or whatever you want to put on the lottery, the Mega Millions, the Powerball, and then, you know, basically expecting to win. It's a super long shot, right? And so I knew that going into it. I explained that, and I told you guys not to invest. If you did want to take the risk, you know, definitely only an amount that you could afford to lose. So I just want to go back over that, guys. And just to reiterate, this was a gamble, okay? This wasn't an investment. There's a difference between investing in something that you believe has actual real value and something that you just see as a quick payoff, as a potential, you know, super high gains. And even when in my description I did say don't join with the link, I did leave a referral link, guys, and I did get a little bit of signups here, definitely not a super lot. And as you can see, my investment here, my initial investment, I put in about $100. My initial investment ended up at $6, and total I made was $3. So I turned $100 into $9. I have not withdrawn, and I'll get into that in just a minute here, guys. But for any of you guys that saw this video and thought it was going to be a great investment and put your money in, even though I told you not to, I have something for you guys. So while I'm not a financial advisor and I cannot give financial advice, I can give you my top 5 coins that I do recommend that you do your own research on before investing in. But coins that I feel would be good investments if you were to invest in them, if that was your decision. Okay, so number 1, Bitcoin. Current price, $10,697. Not the best price right now, but still a decent price. You know, we've seen it up towards 12,000 as of recent, and as low as like 9,800, or I'm sorry, 9,800. Definitely the top coin here by market cap, so I think Bitcoin is a really great pick. Number 2, Ethereum. Also, not as high as it's been. We've seen Ethereum up over 400, so it's at 347, but also not an amazing buy. We've seen Ethereum down to 280, so just keep that in mind. But Ethereum is another great coin, also at a super high market cap. Oh, I'm looking at the volume. Here's the market cap right here, guys. Okay, so those are my top 2 picks. My third pick is going to be number 7 here, Polkadot. Okay, you guys see me talk about it a lot, and actually Polkadot's at a great price right now, $396. I think that's a great price. I originally bought in on Polkadot at $296 when it just got released onto Binance, and I wish I had bought a whole bunch more at that price, because immediately after it shot up to like $6, and then it came back down to around like $4.50, $5, and I bought some more around the $4.50 range. So this is actually about 50 cents less than I had bought in my second round into Polkadot. So I think that one's at a great price. Definitely do your own research. I really like Polkadot. That's going to be my number 3 pick. And right behind it, Chainlink. 918. Again, Chainlink was up quite a bit not that long ago. Look into the price of that. I think Chainlink's at a really great price. Not as low as it's ever been, certainly, like any of these coins, but also Definitely not anywhere near the peaks. So if you're looking to buy in and get out, you can do that. I personally recommend dollar cost averaging, where you go through and you buy a certain amount of that coin every single week or every month, regardless of what the price is. And almost always when your price averages out on your coins, you will end up in profit. Again, do your own research. And number 5, my last pick, is going to be 18 here by market cap, is Tezos. An amazing price. This is cheaper actually than I've ever bought in at Tezos. I originally bought in at like $2.30, and I sold out when it was up over $3. And then I kept a little bit of it, but I bought a little bit more as it came back down. And this is down even lower than that. So I think this is at another great price. This is, like I said, lower than the Tezos that I have in my wallet right now. This is cheaper than I bought it at. And the great thing about Tezos is that you actually will get an APR for staking it. So just for holding it in your wallet, if you're using Coinbase, you will earn about, I think it's like 4.5% right now. And so you'll earn that every single week. It pays out 4.5% APY, and then it's compounded as long as you leave it in. So those are my top 5 picks, guys, for coins that are good investments. Again, do your own research, do your own due diligence. So APY, yeah, I got wrecked. I turned $100 into $7 here, right? Or $9, $10. Here's the thing, I didn't even withdraw. Why didn't I withdraw? Because the gas fee on each of these withdrawals is going to be like $5. I'm going to spend $15 trying to get $9 back. I don't think so, guys, okay? So I'm not even pulling it out. I'm leaving it in there. I lost, take a loss. You have to be able to take your losses with your gains. I only invested or gambled, right? I risked $100 only. And so, $100 isn't chump change. I could use an extra $100 right now. But at the same time, it's a small amount for my overall portfolio in crypto. And if, if this had actually paid out, at one point it was up over 10,000. I was looking to probably cash out around $15,000 had the price of the coin not just dropped off the dang map, right? So it was steadily here around 17, and as soon as the first people cashed out, it dropped. So why did I get into this in the beginning, right? Because I saw it was actually something that seemed like a legit cool project. Here's what happened, guys. I underestimated the greed, human greed, right? So the guys that run this project, or I'm assuming it's them, whoever the very first investors were, which I'm assuming the guys that launched the contract initially invested some ETH in this, and they were the very first ones. Those guys cashed out, and they had a choice, right? So the initial people who put their money in, when they cashed out at $17,000, or is it, when they cashed out their coins here at crazy gains, it was like 4,000% a day times 3 days, they had a choice. They could have reinvested some of that amount back into the project, had they actually believed in the project, right? And that's why I know that, we basically all got scammed here, guys. Because had these guys actually believed in the project, they would have reinvested all those gains back into the project, which would have only skyrocketed the price even more. Everyone would have made even more money. And then most of the people cashing out would have done the same thing. I guarantee you, if I put $100 in here and I cashed out with $12,000-$15,000, yeah, I'm probably going to profit a little bit. I'll probably take like $1,000 or $2,000 and just say, okay, I made, I turned $100 into a couple $1,000. I would immediately redump that $10,000 extra profit back into this, because if I can take $100 and turn it into $10,000, I could take $10,000 and turn it into $100,000 or $1 million, right? So, had this actually worked the way that I think it was planned and the way it should have, this would have been amazing, and it would have been a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I would have been really mad had this worked out and I not got in on it, right? So this is the reason why I shared the video with you guys too. I would have had more people mad if I didn't share this video and it paid out than I would have that I shared it and it didn't pay out, okay? If I hadn't done this and I watched, and I could have potentially, made $20,000 off 100 and reinvested it and turned that into, $250,000 reinvested and turned into multi-millions of dollars, and this actually all paid out and worked. Sounds crazy, but had it worked, right? Everyone would have been mad that I didn't share it. I would have been mad that I didn't get in. Had that actually worked, I'd watched someone else's YouTube video that I could have put in a small amount, like 100, and turned it into that much money. So I think more people honestly would have been mad if I didn't make the video and it actually paid out than people are mad that I made the video and it didn't pay out, right? We all lost our money. It's a gamble. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. And the guys that had this project just basically got greedy is what I'm assuming. They just cashed out, took their profits, didn't care about anyone else, and didn't really care about the project either. So I don't know. They have this article here where they go through and they say, oh, it was an experiment, this was a scam, we panicked, da 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 da. You know, I don't know. They're basically defending themselves and saying it wasn't. They didn't know people were going to cash out. It's like, well, the initial investors were most likely the development team and whoever's behind this. So I think they did know that because they're the ones that did it. You know, and we could go through the contract and probably prove that if we wanted, like track back the addresses and see who were the first couple people in, you know, how much they invested, how much they cashed out, all that. But I don't really care. It was an experiment. It was, you know, it was fun watching it, seeing how much I earned. Honestly, I was going crazy watching it. I couldn't believe how high it got and stuff. So, you know, it was fun while it lasted. Like going to the casino, you know, you pay for the value, the thrill of the gamble more than you do to actually try to make money for most people anyway. And basically they're saying, though, they're going to do more projects. So they have all these different proposals and they're going to try to make it less scammy and give people, you know, governments and this and that. You guys can read through it. But they also say they're going to try to do the same thing again. And instead of have a 72-hour time lock, they're going to have a 1-week time lock. So I don't know, maybe I'll invest again or gamble again. We'll take the risk and we'll see. You know, if I do it again, though, I want to be, you know, the first guy on the goddamn contract. Sorry for swearing there. But, yeah, unless I'm one of the first people, like, in on the contract within the first, like, 3 hours, then definitely not. Because you see how quick this dropped, like, almost immediately. As soon as someone sold, it just went, yeah, gone. Then the next set of people sold, the next set of people, it almost dropped like as the time releases happened. Like the first guys with the very beginning of money took all the liquidity out, right? And so when they cashed out and they switched out their CAPY for ETH, I'm sure, it just took out all the liquidity in the project, which drops everything, right? Drops the value of the coin, drops everyone else's stuff. And, you know, that just happens slowly. So a super long shot, guys. Here, you guys invested in APY to begin with, so apparently you like super long shots, but a super long shot right now would be to not sell your coins. Like if you did this and you're cashing out with, you know, $10, $3 worth of coins, you know, possibly keep them. And maybe on the next project when they're scamming everyone again and it's back at 29,000, you have all these coins to sell out. Because you're not in a time lock, you saved them from the last scam. I don't know. Maybe a way to get your coins back, because for me, you know, is it even worth it? Like I said, I might spend the 15 and keep this $3 here, or I might just switch. I might just leave this in here and not even care and just buy a little bit of CAPY, just a small amount, just to see. Like if I buy $100 worth of CAPY, that's 1.4. Right? Or yeah, I think that would be like $100 would be 1.4 CAPY right now. And if it did go back up to 29,000 on their next scam project, I can cash out that CAPY and actually feel like I made something. But definitely not financial advice, guys. 100% do not do that again. You know, I don't want anyone to get wrecked even more. But I'm just saying, if you already have these coins in your wallet, if you got any of these, or if you want to, you know, put a tiny little amount, you know, and you're willing to lose it, right? If you are willing to, you know, spend another, or even $67, you're willing to lose $67 to get one CAPY and potentially wait and see what happens on the next project, you might be able to cash out at 30K, right? Or they might, you know, never do another project and it might continually drop and you might end up with like a 50-cent, you know, CAPY. Might be worth 50 cents. So always do your own due diligence, guys, and always recommend, or always listen to my recommendations. Just because I'm showing a video and I'm giving a link doesn't mean you should do it, especially if I'm saying do not join this project. This is super high risk. You guys need to understand that. I never give financial advice on this channel, But there are kind of times when I hint that I think projects are going to be really good, and this definitely wasn't one of them. I was showing how high of a gains I was getting, but I definitely made sure to explain to you guys that it was ultra high risk and not to invest more than you can afford to lose. Okay, so again, there's a difference between a gamble and an investment. This was a gamble. I would do it again, probably. Like I said, this time though, I want to be one of the first guys in, or they need to make it scam proof, right? Because the chance of cashing out and getting all that cash, I think, was worth the loss. I also learned quite a bit throughout this whole project, guys. I kind of knew what this was from the beginning. I was just hoping, like I said, had a little bit of faith that these guys wanted the project to continue to grow rather than just exit scam it. And had they put that money in, we all could have made a whole bunch of money. Would we have cashed out at the high here? No, but could it have maintained somewhere maybe around like $7, $8, $9, $10,000? Sure. I think if these guys reinvested some of that, it would have, bumped back up, and more people would have saw that people were reinvesting more. As more people cashed out, more people would have reinvested. We could have maybe got it back up over 30, 40,000 as the project grew and gained popularity, because basically this was so quick. It was in and out. I think, and even as like a scammer, like if I were these guys doing this scam, I think you would have made way more by not doing that. If they had continued to pump it and continue to grow it, and just keep getting it up and up and up, and then you cash out at 50, 100,000 per token rather than at the 17,000. So I don't know. It was just a quick exit scam is my overall analysis of this. They pumped it up, made ridiculous gains that only they were going to make, advertised it a little bit. I got on the hype train. I'm not going to lie, guys. Like I said, for me, it was worth the risk. Like the $100 was worth the risk to potentially make the 20K. But if it wasn't for you guys, I hope you learned your lesson. And next time you'll do a little bit more research and a little bit more due diligence. And there was something in the article here that said 89% of the people that invested was less than 1 ETH. So the price of 1 ETH is $350. So, unless you're like super hard up for cash right now, no one lost that much money. You lost $350 at most for 89% of the people. And if you're one of those people that risked more than 1 ETH, you're absolutely insane. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Unless you're just a baller, and then shit, if you got that much money, I guess you got that much money to lose. So, it is what it is, guys. I hope you do smash the thumbs up on this video. This was an experiment. It was me documenting myself losing money, basically. If you guys want to come along for the journey, that's up to you. That's your decision. I never give the financial advice. Please share this with anyone else that got into the CAPY and APY so they have an update. Subscribe to the channel for more projects. Most of the projects I do are good projects. This was my first kind of crazy DeFi yield farming project here. So first one, and I lost big, but it is what it is, guys. See you in the next one. Happy staking. Let's get that coin.